Welcome to the Peeling It Back post-game show brought to you by Cascade Natural Gas. I'm Brad Whitman. Sweets fall in the rubber match versus the Drifters. Was a tough close, 11-5 in the loss. Did see the offense get started early, putting up 3 runs in the first 2 innings, then put up 2 more runs later on in the 7th and 8th. Just couldn't quite get those middle innings in. The pitching staff struggled a little bit finding location. Were getting squeezed on the zone quite a bit. Was watching it on the track, man. Some close calls, but either way, couldn't quite locate as much as they wanted and weren't able to really limit the Drifters' offense. Now trying to get set for the next series, but still saw some good things coming from this Game 3. Saw 3 different Sweets make their debuts. Saw 2 incoming freshmen in Zach Vega and Quade Gonzalez IV make their first appearances on the mound in a Sweets uniform, and then saw Kyler Bittner out of Fresno State come in on the field, started at third base, did pick up an RBI single to start off his debut, right? And former Pippin now joining the Sweets. He did well, and he looked good in his debut over at third base as well. Saw some good hitting once again out of Sam Kane. He had another solid knock. Royce Hale knocked in a run. And then saw, of course, Peyton Knowles go 2 for 3 on the day with a double, a single, a walk, and a sac fly to really help bolster his stats to close out the series, as he ended up batting 5 for 11 in this series with 3 walks and 2 ribbies. A great series for the leadoff man for the Sweets, and now trying to get set for the final series before the All-Star break versus the Yakima Valley Pippins. Just the first of 2 times that the Sweets will host them inside Borleske Stadium in the month of July. But looking to get set, 6:35 first pitch on Friday night. It'll be Christmas in July for the Sweets versus the Pippins. You're not going to want to miss it.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Welcome to the Peeling It Back pregame show. I'm Brad Whitman alongside manager Leo Rivera. Leo, after a late night last night, getting back early this morning, what's kind of the biggest challenge in helping this group reset mentally and physically for another series today?
Yeah, I think you said it. Long night. I don't really know if reset's the right word. I think we're just trying to get back to what we do, which is play consistent baseball and play hard. I think we kind of got away from that a little bit yesterday, but just trying to play as hard as we can and not play to the scoreboard and see what happens.
Okay, you dropped 2 out of 3 on the road versus Springfield. Now you're back in Borleske, kind of a chance at a fresher start to get back into that groove, get it back into that momentum. What do you want to see from the team in this opening game to kind of finish off strong before the All-Star break?
Yeah, I think we got to bring the energy. We got to bring it for all 3 games. It starts today for that first inning, right? When Raj goes out there on the mound, we know he's going to be good, and we know he's going to bring it. So we got to bring it on our end in the dugout, down in the bullpen, everybody all pulling the same direction, trying to win a ball game.
Well, we've been defending second place quite well in the South Division of the West Coast League. Now getting closer into the end of July, moving through the middle of the week, middle of the month, and getting through the All-Star break. What do you kind of want to see from this team to defend that first place spot, maybe try and take over the Raptors in first?
Yeah, just leave it all out there, especially these last 3 games. We get a little bit of a break, get to reset. So really just leave it all out there. Play as hard as they can. I know they're not going to be feeling the best, but we try not to listen to that, right? Don't listen to your body, how it feels, because you can always compete when you're not at your best.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen the Pippins. Of course, saw them in the season opening series all the way back in May, a long time ago now. What do you think that the group has done to really change and adapt and improve over the course of these last month and a half?
Yeah, I think they've just continued to get better. Same with us, though. I think the goal of any team is to keep playing your best baseball, keep getting better, and take it right into the playoffs and really peak there at the end.
Of course, always kind of had a rivalry between us and Yakima Valley, the Battle of the Basin, as it was called last year. Kind of getting that rivalry matchup. How do you think the energy is going to be like in Borleske and throughout both dugouts?
Yeah, I think it'll be great. I think both teams usually play with a lot of energy. We'll see if we can channel it in the right way, but I think it's going to be a good fight and a good test for us.
Well, we're obviously facing off against Yakima Valley so long ago now, it seems like when you go into another matchup versus a team that you faced off early in the year, do you kind of try and adapt to what you learned in that first matchup, or do you kind of treat it like a fresh start with all the time that's gone by?
Yeah, I think it's a fresh start, especially that very, very first opening weekend. A lot of 10 days, a lot of new guys. A lot of guys didn't have their reinforcements in, so they should be at full strength, and we are as well, and it should be a good test.
Well, thank you, Leo. Good luck today. First pitch set for 6:35 p.m. between the Sweets and the Pippins. We'll see you there.
It's Onions v. Apples in the rivalry matchup. Yakima Valley in town here at Borleske Stadium to take on the Walla Walla Sweets for the second time this summer. And the Sweets hunting revenge for their series loss to open up the season and looking to do it in their home ballpark. Thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Sweets YouTube channel. I'm Brad Whitman, bringing you all the action. And these two teams faced off all the way back in May, and it was Yakima Valley who were able to take that series in their home ballpark in the Orchard. Took the first 2 games of the series. Walla Walla took game 3, but the Pippins were able to clinch the series victory to open up the season. And now about a month and a half has gone by. Both these teams have changed quite a bit, and so has the development of the 2026 season, and now they go toe-to-toe. We do have the Pippins starting lineup as announced by manager Kyle Crustangel. Alexander Mendoza Jr. will be leading things off for the Pips, followed by Tyson Miller, Nick Velasquez, Parker Burt, the heavy-hitting catcher batting in the cleanup spot, Luis Garcia batting 5th, Malachi Emery Henderson batting 6th, followed by Abiel Ramos, the DH tonight for Yakima, and then having Levi Sotomayor and Derek Almeida rounding out the 8 and 9, and on the bump for the Sweets is the right-hander out of CSUN, Charles Rogers III, making another appearance on the summer, this being his 7th start, his first start as being announced a West Coast League All-Star back on Tuesday. And first pitch is going to miss up and away, 6:34. Starting a minute ahead of schedule here in Borleske Stadium. And Charles Rogers III, what a season he has put together for the Sweets. Has been here since the beginning and has been such a stable arm to have in the rotation. 2.32 ERA across 6 starts, has 2 bullpen appearances, 2 relief appearances, 31 innings with 30 strikeouts, minimizes walks very well, 5 walks compared to his 30 Ks, .81 whip on the season, and part of the reason he's been able to get that all-star honor. Kicks and fires inside corner, will be a strike, as evens up the count, 2-2 versus Mendoza Jr. Again, Charles hasn't
gotten a ton of longer starts as of late. In fact, his last 3 appearances was a 4-inning start, then 2 relief appearances coming out of the bullpen. Now tries to spot the inside corner, just misses it, and the count will go full. And Mendoza Jr. of Western Oklahoma State, looking to be a leadoff guy, and Rogers trying to get the first out. Will ground it over to the right side, strafing way over. The throw is made over to first in time, and Peyton Knowles covering a lot of ground over at first, and Charles doing a good job covering the base for out number 1. Allows us to take a peek out into the field for Walla Walla. Ronan Schofield, the incoming Wazoo freshman, out there in left. Sam Kane still out in center. Cole Rogers, right fielder tonight. Trevor T is in the hot corner, followed by Austin Owens to his right at short. Kyler Bittner making just his second appearance as a Swede, is over at second base. Peyton Knowles helping make that play over at first. Then Ethan Buckley, the Central Washington catcher, as the back end of the battery. As strike 1 finds its way into Tyson Miller. And Miller has been a dangerous bat as comebacker right over the head of Rogers coming across. Owens makes it look silky smooth. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting third, second baseman number 17, Nick Velasquez.
In Yakima Valley, we're a team who got 4 different All-Stars, and stepping in as one of them, Nick Velasquez. University of Southern California commit, will play with the Trojans in the spring of 2028 if everything goes to plan. Just finished up his freshman year at Citrus College, a JUCO school down in California, and has again since announced his commitment to Southern California, but wants to finish out his associate's degree at Citrus, and will get his full 2 years there before transferring to USC. And one of the 4 Yakima Valley All-Stars, as seeing 2 in the starting lineup. One is a pitcher, Nathaniel Carano, and then the one not seen in the lineup is Daichi Furuhata. The other All-Star is right behind Velasquez, and second baseman for the Pippins trying to get to him as it's Parker Burt, the catcher. And both teams having 2 All-Stars in the starting lineup. A lot of talent between both the Pippins and the Swede. Rogers fires, going to be grounded over towards the right side. Bittner coming over, and the ball is going to be skipped over to first, not in time, as Velasquez will beat it out. And just kind of an awkward ball to charge at for Kyler, then having to try and make the throw across the body. Skipped it over to Knowles, who was able to dig it out of the dirt. But we'll see a infield single for Velasquez. Believe did have it beat out, and it does bring up Parker Burt. Burt just announced a couple of weeks ago his commitment to Ball State University, so will play with the Cardinals in this upcoming spring. And just a catcher who has really brought about the offense. As can you look, sometimes catchers known for more of their defensive ability sometimes aren't the best hitters. Parker Burt is not that kind of player, batting .344 on the season, slugging .542 as Velasquez takes off. The throw down from Buckley's on the mark, but not in time, and Velasquez swipes second base, puts himself in scoring position. So manager Kyle Crustangel and the Pippins staying aggressive early when they have the opportunity, as Velasquez picks up an 8th stolen base on the summer, has only been caught once. A lot of good speed threats on the roster for Yakima Valley. It's something that the Swedes will have to look out for. Swinging bunt down the first base side. Rogers picks it up, goes to first with it, and gets another ground out. And a good job creating weak contact from the cleanup man in Burt to strand one in scoring position. As a clean inning of work from Charles Rogers III will send us on to the bottom of the first. The Swedes starting lineup coming up next.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at Underwriter Honda of WallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Starting lineup for Walla Walla, as announced by head coach Leo Rivera. Peyton Knowles leading things off, followed by Trevor T. Moving up in the lineup, Sam Kane, the center fielder. Behind him, Royce Hale, designated hitter in the cleanup spot, followed by Ethan Buckley and Ronan Schofield. And then the 7-8-9, Kyler Bidner, Austin Owens, and Cole Rogers facing off against the Coppin State right-hander in Jake Cumming. Cumming stands at 6'4", 200 pounds, a native of Fernley, Nevada. Spent his first year of college at the University of Nevada before transferring to Coppin State. Of course, Coppin State University D1 all the way out in Baltimore, Maryland. So traveling a little bit further away from home, and now in the Pacific Northwest playing ball with the Pippins, making his 6th start of the 2026 season. 3.05 ERA in just under 21 innings. Big strikeout pitcher, 24 Ks. And Peyton Knowles' first pitch swinging goes out to right field. Emery Henderson will trot in for the first out. So PK not wasting any time at all trying to get on the board. It's going to be tough to get a ball out to right field, as it usually is here at Borleske. Wind kicking in from the west, about 10 miles an hour, gusting up closer to 15. 91 degrees here in Walla Walla. Is warmer day. It was a high of 93. Expecting it to cool pretty quick. Still going to stay above 80 probably for the entirety of this matchup. Trevor T. chops the ball foul towards his head coach. Standing down the third baseline in manager Leo Rivera. But T had some big games earlier this week versus the Springfield Drifters. Again, the Walla Walla Sweets coming off a 1-2 series loss to the Drifters. Were able to take the victory on Tuesday night, then fell both Wednesday and last night to drop the series to the Drifters. But saw Trevor T have a great bit of consistency in his time. In fact, on Tuesday night was a homer away from the cycle, triple, double, and a single to go 3 for 5. Now a line drive over the second baseman's head into shallow right center. Trevor will round first safely and have a 1-out knock. Just a good barrel, kind of going inside out over top the head of Velasquez. So 1-out base hit brings up the Nevada All-Star in Sam Kane. As the two Nevada natives going head-to-head here in Walla Walla. Again, these two players just missed each other as teammates. Breaking ball drops in, at least teammates at the University of Nevada, Reno. And Jake Cumming was there in 2024, 2025. Again, last spring was with Coppin State in Maryland. And on the other side, Sam Kane, Seattle Redhawk previously, then just this past spring was with the Wolfpack in Nevada. So just missed one another playing alongside, as Nevada natives at the University of Nevada now going head-to-head. And Walla Walla trying to bounce back after that series loss versus the Drifters. And on the other side, Yakima Valley just trying to stay hot as they're coming off a sweep of the Ridgefield Raptors, currently on a 4-game winning streak as they're trying to hunt down the Corvallis Knights in 3rd place in the West Coast League South Division. Walla Walla still sitting up in 2nd, trying to defend that position. Breaking ball drops in just in off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kane. And Kane had himself a couple of good games, went 2 for 4 on the series opener with a walk. Now takes a good fastball low and away, and seeing the zone very much be dialed around by Cumming, just trying to find that extra little bit of location. And has been a good strikeout arm for the Pippins, has struggled a little bit with control. And now the runner in T takes off, ball chopped over the third baseman's head, and that was Almeida who lost it, and into left it goes, and it looks like the home plate umpire, Bryce Reeves, is going to deem it foul, as it seemed to bounce fair over top third base. And instead, it's going to be ruled a foul ball here in Borleske, and what could have been extra bases and a run will instead just repeat the full count. And Bryce Reeves behind the plate, Taylor Schneider on the base pass as the umpiring duo for this series. And that being a tough call as Kane will foul off a bender. Incoming 24 strikeouts, 17 walks on the summer. Again, just under 21 innings pitched, having 17 walks. So has administered a good chunk of free passes, but also has set a lot of guys down through strikeout. Now kicks and deals, and it's going to be lined into the left field side. Trevor T will be waved into 3rd, and he will be waved around by manager Leo Rivera. Kane settles into 2nd, and T will score on a head-first slide. Walla Walla claim the lead, and as they say, ball don't lie. The Swedes take a 1-0 lead. And it looked like Kane should have had extra bases earlier in the at-bat, and doesn't matter, doubles it down the left field side anyways to take the lead for the Swedes here at home, and it brings up Royce Hale. So big RBI double for Sam Kane. Again, sits as the Walla Walla RBI leader and has been one of the best when it comes to doubles. As you look across the West Coast League at extra bases and in doubles in particular, Sam Kane is now tied for 3rd in the league in doubles with 10. Brings up the DH in Royce Hale, who gets up in the count 2-0 quickly versus Cumming. I've talked to manager Leo Rivera for the Swedes plenty across the season about what he always looks to do and what his team always looks to do when opening up a series and really opening up any game. Royce Hale chops it towards the first base side, gets past Sotomayor. Kane will come in easy to score. Royce Hale tripping around first base, and he will head back to the bag. And a smile on the 6'5" Long Beach State commit's face, as does have an RBI single. Wasn't able to work out extra bases, didn't really need it, as the Swedes jump up 2-0, as that is 3 hits in a row for Walla Walla. A single, a double, and another single, as it might be deemed, could potentially be deemed an error on Sotomayor, the first baseman for the Pippins. Didn't get a glove on it, just kind of took an awkward hop around him. Believe it is going to be deemed an RBI single for Hale. As Cumming kicks and deals, skips it into the dirt, kept well in front by Byrne, and we'll take a peek out in the field for the Pippins. In the outfield, Tyson Miller is in left, Luis Garcia in center, Malachi Emery Henderson has already made a catch down in right field. Over at third base is Jarek Almeida, who again had that tough ball that got past but ended up being foul. Over at shortstop, Alexander Mendoza Jr., Nick Velasquez, the all-star at second base, and Levi Sotomayor having a tough time trying to get the ball out at first, and it looks like we're going to see some discomfort from Jake Cumming, and Sweets athletic trainer Sophia Rabe will come out and look at the righty, and It looks like the field umpire and Taylor Schneider kind of came up to talk to Cumming, and now we're seeing manager Kyle Crustangel out there for the Pippins and checking on the right-hander out of Coppin State. And 16 pitches in this inning, 2 earned runs already allowed. You talked about Sotomayor at first base, Parker Burt, the standard catcher, and it looks like maybe seeing the Sweets trainer, Sophia Ray, bringing out some tape. And curious to see what is exactly wrong, as we are seeing Cumming showing his right hand, his throwing hand, to the Sweets trainer, and Manager Kyle Crustangel getting a look now. Both umpires will talk about it. And still checking on that right hand. Well, we'll let them get it figured out, and we'll be back after a short break.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So we return to the bottom of the first inning, and Jake Cumming seems to be all right. The Yakima Valley starter back up and dealing. First pitch to Ethan Buckley, sent out towards right field. Emery Henderson will settle behind it for his second put out of the inning, and Ethan Buckley retired on one pitch, and it brings up the incoming Wazoo freshman, Ronan Schofield. And Walla Walla just finding a great bit of momentum early on. Trevor T with a good line drive out to right center. Then Sam Kane, an RBI double to the left field side before Royce Hale knocked him in with an RBI single. So just 3 hits paired well together to give Sweets a 2-0 lead here in the first inning. Schofield looking to keep the inning going. Does take a heater on the outside corner for strike one. And Ronan Schofield, just another young guy, graduated out of Juanita High School this past spring and has been getting a lot of time for the Sweets as of late. This takes ball one outside. Did see him start back on Tuesday night versus the Drifters. Ended up going 1 for 3 with a single and laid down 2 sack bunts. Not been too surprising to see from Schofield, as get a quick lefty out of the box. He's tried to bunt for a base hit multiple times and would not be shocked to see him try and do it at least once today. As the 2-1 delivery on the way from Cumming, tries to spot the outside corner, just misses outside with it. And just about a ball outside. Walla Walla looking to add on to as many as they can early. Now pitch on the low and in corner will be ball 4, and Schofield will steadily walk his way down to first and brings 2 aboard as Hale moves up to second. And making his home debut here in Borleske Stadium is Kyler Bittner.
The second baseman, number 25, Kyle Bittner.
I saw Bittner make his Sweets debut last night in Springfield. Ended up going 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a hit by pitch. His very first plate appearance in a Sweets uniform. Got hit by a pitch, but now Bittner playing against his former club, as Bittner from Fresno State University, but last summer was a Yakima Valley Pippin, and now going head-to-head with the Apples here in Borleske Stadium, and he's going to head it sharply up the middle. It gets by Velasquez. Royce Hale will be waved around. He's trying to score. The throw-in will be cut off quickly, and Bittner, and his first at-bat here in Borleske Stadium, has an RBI single up the middle to extend the lead to 3. Ronan Schofield moves up to third, and Royce Hale rumbling around to score. 4 hits in the inning for Walla Walla. And talk about getting that offense up and active early. This being the perfect depiction of what the Sweets want to do. Again, talk to manager Leo Rivera in the Peeling It Back pregame show about kind of the challenges of having to turn around from a road trip like this. Again, the Sweets got back at about 4 a.m. this morning from their Springfield road trip and then had to turn around, of course, play this evening game versus the Pippins in a really highly anticipated South Divisional match between just these two rivalry teams, the Onions and the Apples, and Walla Walla not seeming too phased one bit, as putting up at least 3 runs here in the bottom of the first inning. And Austin Owens looking to keep it going. Runners on the corners with 2 down. Cole Rogers, the 9-hitter, waiting on deck, as we'll see Bittner take off and a little bit of a later jump, but not going to see any throw out of Burt. And Bittner picks up his first stolen base as a Sweet. Is doing a good job moving up, and now 2 RBIs in potential for Austin Owens. He's got 15 ribbies on the summer. A good take on that breaking ball low and away. And Jake Cumming just trying to get out of the inning for the Pippins. And it'll be interesting to see how much longer he goes after maybe seeing some discomfort in the right hand, but does get the swing and a miss, and will pick up his first strikeout of the start to strand 2 in scoring position. But it's Walla Walla who put up 4 hits and 3 runs in the first inning, taking a strong lead to open up this ball game and the series. Now heading into the second, we'll see if the Pippins can respond.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Charles Rogers III now pitching with a lead here in the top of the second inning, 3-0 after Sweets were able to link a great bit of hitting together to open up this ball game. And brings up Luis Garcia, the Pippin center fielder, who will lead things off. And had the pleasure of, just before the game, talking to Charles's parents, Charles Rogers II and Stephanie Rogers, currently sitting in the stands on the third base side and made the trip up from California to watch the Sweets play in the Springfield Series, and then traveled all the way over here, making the long trip to Walla Walla. Now watch their son make a start, his first start as a West Coast League All-Star. Was able to get through the first inning clean, did allow one infield single. That being just it, was able to generate 3 groundouts. Now hard line drive towards the left side and just hooking foul. Count will stay 1-2. Again, Charles, native of Lake Elsinore, California, graduated out of Centennial High School down in SoCal. 6'3", 210 pounds. Just finished up that true freshman year at Cal State Northridge and made the second most pitching appearances for the Matadors. Now gets a swing and a miss and goes right by Garcia for his first K of the day. Ramping up that heater to 91. And Charles, just a guy with some insane talent, and have talked to Coach Leo Rivera and the Sweets pitching coach Corey Keir about Charles. And one of the biggest things is his composure. The willingness to attack hitters is definitely a huge one, minimizing walks, forcing a ton of strikeouts. But it's his ability to stay in control no matter what, as he's a guy who just seems to have such a veteran presence on the mound despite just finishing up his freshman year down in California. It's just been such a good arm to lean on. Ball hit well towards the right field side, down into the corner, as that one will hook foul as well. All the way in to the right field corner. And 333 down by the corner in the right field. It looked like it just one-hopped the fence off the warning track, but turned just foul by Malachi Emery Henderson. And a dangerous bat himself, just finished up his sophomore year at Wenatchee Valley College. Is one of the top bats for Wenatchee Valley, uncommitted so far to play for his next steps of his athletic career, but definitely a guy who can have some good looks at a higher level, but is going to go down swinging here to Charles Rogers III, back-to-back Ks. And going with the fastball, getting up to 92 that time. And Rogers has the fastball, a sinker, a slider, and a changeup. That sinker is going to have a lot of arm side tail, break inside towards a right-handed hitter, then can, of course, ramp the fastball up into the low 90s. Generates a lot of whiffs with the slider, gets a lot of chases to the outside part, and then changeup just kind of falls into the plate. So kicks and deals the 0-1 and slows it down there, just missing outside. But a good miss at that, just a ball off the plate. But looking to stay dominant, kicks, fires, and tries the outside corner again. Misses just about the same spot with the fastball. And Rogers, his last time out, did throw an inning versus the Drifters. Was just a bullpen inning back on Tuesday night. Did allow one run, is now ball chopped foul by Ramos. Count remains 2-2, but his last start was versus the Ridgefield Raptors. That was last Friday to open up the series here in Borleske versus the first half champs of the WCL South through 4 hitless innings. Ground ball over to the third base side, picked up by Teeth. Toss across the diamond for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning provided by Charles Rogers III, picking up 2 strikeouts alongside it. Clean inning of work, and the Matador rolling here for the Sweets. We head into the bottom of the second.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
The University of San Francisco commit Cole Rogers will lead things off for Walla Walla here in the bottom of the second inning as Jake Cumming looking to have a cleaner inning of work out on the mound for the Pippins. Again, gave up 3 runs in the first. Now we'll start Cole off with a breaking ball, just catching the top of the zone. And Rogers did play in all 3 games versus the Drifters, came in as a pinch runner in the first game, then started in both games 2 and 3, ended up going 2 for 7. Did not get a run, and now looking to start off the series strong versus Yakima Valley. And these two teams have clashed quite a bit since Yakima's inaugural season back in 2014. Have played multiple times now, squaring to bunt. This ball is going to get Rogers right in the chest. And that was a tough hit, and immediately the athletic trainer, Sophia Ray, will come out to go check on Rogers, as that was a fastball at 90 straight to the peck, and Rogers down by the plate, and will take a moment to get him checked on, as Sweets will have a leadoff runner on base. Rogers is going to get checked out. We'll see if he's all right. We will take a quick break.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
So Cole Rogers seems to be okay. Will trot down to first and be the leadoff base runner. Definitely a little shaken and now maybe angry, as he immediately will take off to swipe second, and he is in there clean. Cole Rogers, absolutely no hesitation, gets up from the plate after getting hit by a pitch right in the chest, and you could see as soon as Cummings started to move his leg, Rogers was in motion, a clean take of second base. As Peyton Knowles now going to rip one past the second baseman in Velasquez, Cole Rogers will round and score easily. PK's trying for 2, and he will be in there at second with an RBI double. And the Sweets just keep on adding. They are ferocious here early on in Borleske, 4-0 here in the second inning. And that being the second extra base hit of the evening from the Sweets. And Knowles picks up his first knock. Was just a ball well struck, 89 past Velasquez, but plays perfectly into right center. And both Emery Henderson, the right fielder, and Luis Garcia, the center fielder, just took a little bit too long to get there. Peyton Knowles has decent bit of speed and maybe got the nod from first base coach Brendan Cabrera, told him to keep on moving. That he did. Settles into second with an RBI double. So immediately the runner put on through hit by pitch scoring. And now it's going to be put down well by Trevor T, looking to beat it out over at first. That he does. And the Sweets just keep on rolling. And what a bunt put down by Trevor T just in front of Jake Cumming. And that is always going to just add a little bit of salt to the wound as a hit by pitch, then seeing the RBI double come about. And always as a pitcher, as a defense, going to shake your head a little bit, try and minimize those mistakes. Then Trevor T just catching you off guard completely. Moves Knowles over to third and himself on to first. Now runners on the corners with none down for Sam Kane. And now Trevor T will take off. Kane is going to float it up to left field. Tracking in is Miller. PK tagging. Will he try and score? That he will, and absolutely no throw in out of Miller. And maybe lost track of where Knowles was as PK giving Sam Kane his flowers for the sac fly. But again, it was just lobbed up into a little more shallow left field for Tyson Miller, and didn't even see him try and get the ball in quick as the lead extends 5-0 Sweets. As Walla Walla will happily take that, not having to stress even more. We're trying to get another runner in, as now we'll see T take off and swipe second base. Another stolen bag off of Cumming, and again, not a ton of attempts trying to catch these runners, as it is just a thieving kind of day in Walla Walla. Royce Hale now has a runner in scoring position. Had the RBI single to right field his last time up. It was just a ball well hit past the first baseman in Sotomayor. So 2-0 count to Hale. Cumming kicks, fires, gets a big swing and a miss on the changeup under the knees. And Royce Hale, now former Seattle Redhawk, committed to play with the Dirtbags at Long Beach State this upcoming spring in 2027. And still getting more time as a Sweet, this being the 16th game he's been a part of, batting .277, slugging .532. And has 13 hits on the summer. 7 of them have been for extra bases, 4 doubles, a triple, 2 homers. Knocked in 14 total runs, has walked 11 times, been hit by 4 pitches, making his on-base percentage nearly 44%. 3-1 pitch on the way from Cumming. Hale sends it out towards left field. Tracking back is Miller over his shoulder. Is going to bang off the right left field wall. We are going to see the wave come in for Trevor T. Play at the plate is not going to be in time. It's an RBI double from Hale. And seeing Royce Hale go to the opposite field fence is something we really haven't seen this entire summer. Been known for his work as a pull hitter, but blast it towards the left field side to bring in the 6th run for Walla Walla. So Hale starts his day 2 for 2 with 2 ribbies. Again, Walla Walla have just seemed to get a read on Jake Cumming right since the get-go. Again, did see Cumming testing out that hand, and it looks like they're going to check over to third to make sure that Trevor T touched third base while rounding to score. The home plate umpire Bryce Reeves saying that he did indeed. And just 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, 6-0. As the first pitch to Buckley will miss up high. And Buckley flew out to right field his first time up. Buck has been another guy getting more time and kind of been getting sprinkled across as a catcher designated hitter and a first baseman, as swings the pitch way upstairs. Again, Buckley, another former Yakima Valley Pippin, as Buck's been around the West Coast League a little bit, playing against back-to-back former teams, the Drifters and the Pippins. But now here with Walla Walla, and has been great asset to have on the roster. As now is going to line a ball into left field. That's going to get down in front of Miller. We'll see the stop sign go up for Hale. And it's another single. Walla Walla 4 hits in this inning. That is now back-to-back innings with 3 runs and 4 hits. What an offensive showing we're seeing from the Sweets here in the series opener, and it looks like we are going to see a meeting on the mound. As again, Jake Cumming has just struggled to really limit damage, and again, did have a little bit of discomfort in his hands. Saw that in the first inning when the Sweets athletic trainer came out to check on him. Again, really trying to minimize the damages as Walla Walla have jumped out to a huge 6-0 lead in just the first 2 innings. And with Charles Rogers a third on the bump on the other side of the baseball, having that lead intact that he can defend is obviously going to be a huge, huge way that this team can try and solidify that victory. But still have a lot of game to go here in the bottom of the second. As the meeting on the mound will separate, brings up Ronan. And this could be the chance for Schofield. Wouldn't be too surprised to maybe see him lay a bunt down the third base line. Almeida, the third baseman, is playing back behind the base. He's able to push it far enough, can get Royce Hale to score as the first pitch heater misses outside. And Cumming can get that fastball up into the low 90s as well. And that pitch came in at 91. Cumming kicks, fires, fastball misses up, but gets the swing, and Buckley will have second base taken clean. So another stolen base for the Sweets as Buckley chased that heater 90 way above the zone. Jimmy Schofield chasing that heater. So 1-1 pitch gets another swing and a miss. It seems like the strategy from Cumming in this at-bat is throw the fastball, keep it high. We'll see if he goes right back to it on a 1-2 count. Righty kicks, fires, this time slows it down and goes down low into the dirt. And kept well in front by Parker Burt. Another WCL South All-Star for his abilities not only defensively but also on the offensive end of things. Two-two pitch on the way. It's going to be another breaking ball that misses way outside. Burt gets a glove on it, can't get much more. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time as Royce Hale cruises in to score. Schofield moves up, Buckley moves up to third. And that makes it 7-0 Sweets. As the Pippins can just not seem to stabilize, as it will be a wild pitch to bring in that runner. So Schofield still a chance to pick up the sac fly. Potentially get the Sweets 8 runs in the first 2 innings. Looks like time will be called. Schofield steps out, Cumming steps off. And the right-hander out of Coppin State did struggle his last time out. Is back on the 4th of July versus the Elks. Through 3 2/3 of an inning, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs. Now struggling a little bit more and will get the foul. Tip straight back into the glove from Schofield. And that being the second strikeout of the day for Cumming to bring us to 2 down. So it brings up Bittner for the second time. Now first pitch swinging as Bittner goes over top the fastball. Yeah, Bittner spent 2 years at Kenyatta College, another JUCO down in California, before transferring to Fresno State. And it was last summer when he announced that commitment to the D1 Bulldogs when he was with the Yakima Valley Pippins. And redshirted this past spring with Fresno State, so is still yet to play any Division I ball, but we'll likely see some action in the spring of 2027 as a redshirt junior. Now pops the ball up into foul territory, rushing after it is Sotomayor. Does he have enough room? He does, sliding into foul territory, will make the catch for out number 3 and some good range. Out on the first base foul side by Levi Sotomayor to close up the second inning, but it's Walla Walla who tack on 4 runs, adding on more and more as the offense just seems to be absolutely cooking. Now Charles Rogers III has an even bigger lead to defend in the third.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
So Levi Sotomayor will lead things off here in the top of the third, and Yakima Valley just trying to cut down on this massive 7-run lead early on as the Sweets offense has just been tearing into the pitching staff early from Yakima Valley and seeing multiple arms already getting ready in the bullpen for the Pippins, and might see a reliever come out in the bottom of the third. And Sotomayor made a nice catch in foul territory down the first base side to close out the bottom of the second. Now ground ball over at Bittner. Kyler will take care of it for the first out. And saw Rogers go 1-2-3 last inning with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Now we'll face off against the 9-hitter and Derek Almeida. And Yakima just looking for some way to turn around and find some sort of momentum, but with the offense doing what it is doing on the other side, and then Charles just working so consistently off the bump, it's tough to really find any ground to stand on. Almeida batting nearly 300 this summer, takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Getting on base nearly 40% of the time, just a solid contact hitter. 22 hits, 13 walks, and has knocked in 8 runs, stays alive, fouls a pitch away towards the middle of the zone. And just finished up his sophomore season at Chaffey College down in California. Being down in Rancho Cucamonga. Currently uncommitted for next spring, as good pitch located on the heater was a little bit up, a little bit away, but still towards the middle of the zone. And Rogers, not a guy who's going to be afraid to throw strikes, and talked about the way he just seems like a veteran out there. And it's really because he's doesn't seem afraid of anyone. A ball chopped towards third base. IT having to take it on the back foot, reels back. The throw across is in time. Trevor T with a good toss all the way across the diamond for out number 2. It was kind of a hop that looked a little bit awkward very quickly, could have ate him up, but Trevor did a good job kind of just steadying back, keeping the glove out in front, being able to defend a little bit against that spin, and he just rocked all the way into that right foot. Made the toss across as lineup card flips over back to the top. Pippins shortstop Alexander Mendoza Jr. taking strike 1. Now the breaking ball just drops in, stays a little bit high. And Mendoza grounded out to the first base side his first time up. It was Peyton Knowles who scooped it up and made the underhand toss to Rogers. Now swing and a miss. Heater at 89, living to the outside corner. A little bit less velo, but again, just spotted to such a tough part of the zone to hit a ball hard. And always having to try and go with that pitch to the outside half, and opposite field hitting one of the toughest things to do as a hitter, letting that ball travel and not just trying to get around it and rip it to the pull side. The left-handed hitters very much wanted to try and hit the ball where it's pitched on the outside corner, but got to put some barrel on it. First, third strikeout of the evening for Charles Rogers III, and he is putting on a show. Back-to-back, 3 up, 3 down innings, sends us to the bottom half of 3 sweets, leading 7-0.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So the Swedes knock out the Yakima Valley starter after just 2 innings, and that brings about a Yakima Valley Yak and Oliver Wilday making his first appearance as a Pippin in this 2026 season, and really looking to help shut down the Walla Walla offense, which has been outstanding in the first 2 innings. 8 hits, 7 runs versus the Coppin State arm of Jake Cumming. Now Oliver Wilday will look to try and shut things down on the other side. And Wilday just finished up his sophomore season with the Yaks at Yakima Valley, and now joining the Pippins after his days at JUCO. So Wilday makes 6 appearances as a sophomore this past spring. 9 innings, had an 8.0 ERA, 9 strikeouts in 9 innings. Being put in quite a spot here in the early on in this game, as the first pitch to Austin Owens will miss upstairs. And Wilday stands at 6'1", 200 pounds, native of Sammamish, Washington. Graduated out of Skyline High School before playing his 2 seasons at Yakima Valley. But currently uncommitted for the upcoming spring. Will be interesting to see where he ends up to continue his academic and athletic career, as gets a swing and a miss out of Owens at 80 miles an hour, just slowed it down and got Austin to swing over top of it. And the Grand Canyon shortstop been good on both sides of the baseball for the Sweets this season. Getting on base, 381 a clip. 6 extra base hits, has knocked in 15 runs. And started off the season with a long on-base streak, I believe a 9-game hitting streak and a 12-game on-base streak. And has looked good in the field. Has been battling a little bit through an injury. Gets a little bit less time, but when he gets in, he's still effective. Just pulls this ball down the left field side, was right on it. 80 miles an hour, low and in corner. And Owens did a good job getting the barrel there and just let the hands go a little bit too early. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man. And seeing, believe Cole Rogers is going to exit. Bo Stinson is now waiting on deck, so might see the day end for Cole Rogers, who again got hit in the chest with the pitch the last time up, as breaking ball drops in. Appeal down to the first base umpire, Taylor Schneider says that Owens held back. The count goes full. And Owens struck out to Jake Cumming his first time up. Now being the first guy to take a look at the reliever. Well, they kicks, fires, breaking ball is going to get rolled over to the third base side. Almeida goes across for out number 1. So again, up steps Bo Stinson in place of Cole Rogers. Again, Cole Rogers, the right fielder, in his first at-bat, squared to bunt and ended up getting a fastball at 90 miles an hour in the chest. Couldn't turn out of the way in time and did end up staying in the game on first, and then made his way all the way around the bases to score, including a stolen base. But despite maybe still working through that injury, maybe manager Leo Rivera just wanted to give him some time now out of the game. Bo Stinson comes in to take his place. Lewis Clark State Warrior takes a breaking ball as Cantwell even up at 1-1. Again, Bo Stinson been getting some starts here and there. And just like Rogers is a huge speed threat on the base pass, still looking to find that consistency a little more when it comes to his batting. Batting 171 on the season, and out of his 6 total hits, 2 of them have gone for extra bases. Can definitely put a good charge in the ball and swings at a pitch just outside. So the count goes 2-2. And Bo just finished up his junior year with the Warriors over at Lewis Clark. Trying to defend here, chops the ball foul, out towards his own dugout. Count will remain 2-2. Stands at 5'9", 205 pounds. And Stinson, probably one of the most muscly guys you will see on the roster. And that's what allows him to put such a charge into the baseball. Flies up to the left field side. Tyson Miller reeling back all the way to the track. This ball drifting, and this ball is gone. And getting a little bit of a push from the wind, but Stinson muscling it out to left field, and Walla Walla extend the lead 8-0. As Bo Stinson goes yard for the first time this summer, extending the lead for Walla Walla. And the Lewis Clark State Warrior with a grin on his face as he heads back to the dugout. Had 2 homers this past spring with the Warriors, now picks up his first as a Sweet. And that was one of those balls that was hit pretty well, just kind of kept on going. 92-mile-an-hour exit velo, 321 was the estimated distance, just got over the left field fence. And it was placed perfectly as well, just around the Board of Education, which stands up a little bit taller directly off the left field foul pole, and he was able to put it just next to it over top the shorter fence to extend the lead 8-0. It's 3:15 the left field foul pole. A little bit further out and right, 3:33. Left center is about 350. Here in Borleske, right center is nearly 380, and dead center is 410. Only seen one homer hit to dead center field this season was Sam Kane just a couple weeks ago. As Peyton Knowles up 3-0 in the count versus Wilday. So Bo Stinson comes in as a pinch hitter, immediately makes his impact known. As now PK will take a nice and easy stroll down to first on the 4-pitch walk. And Yakima Valley still trying to iron out that pitching here in game one. And this being about the best way you can bounce back from a series loss and open up a fresh one versus a rival. And these two teams competed last year in the Battle of the Basin, and was a good clash between both sides, each team taking a series. Wilday kicks and fires to Trevor T, who sends it into left center, drops in ever so nicely, and PK is going to round second, hustling for third. He will get there standing up. As again, you kind of looked on paper, you looked at the schedules, these two teams coming in, Walla Walla coming off a tough series loss, dropping back-to-back games in Springfield, having the long road trip back to open up this series. Then you looked at the Yakima Valley Pippins on the other side, 4-game win streak, just swept the #1 team in the WCL South, and you look at that and saying, well, Pippins are going to come in hot, they're going to come in with momentum, and it's going to be up to Walla Walla to slow them down in their own ballpark. Instead, it is the Sweets who have all the momentum, and they were playing with a bit of ferocity here to open up this series. And meanwhile, Yakima Valley look a little slow to get going. It is now 8-0 Sweets, and again, seeing the aggressive base running out of Walla Walla, being able to steal quite a few bases and advance on balls into the outfield that maybe just should be one base advancements. Instead, Sweets stretching them to 2 and working more into scoring position as runners on the corners with 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Sam Kane. Trevor T, what a day he's opened up with so far. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Sam Kane, a double and a sac fly, 2 ribbies. And the first 4 batters in the Sweets lineup have just been absolutely dismantling the offense. As right now the top 4 batters in the lineup are 7 for 8. Ball popped up into the foul territory down the right field side. Sotomayor going after it, will make the catch. Tagging up is Knowles. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time. And it's a sac fly for Sam Kane. And seeing him and Knowles give each other a hug is the energy definitely up in the Sweets dugout, and would look to just be a pop out for Sam Kane. Instead, there's going to be an RBI sac fly, as that is back-to-back sac flies for Sam Kane. 3 plate appearances for the Sweet center fielder, 3 ribbies. As you rarely see a sac fly to the infield, but you watch something new every day. Is Trevor T looking to swipe second base. A good throw, but still not in time. Trevor T, his second stolen base of the day. And Walla Walla just seemed unceasing here in game #1 versus the Pippins. And this is probably the most aggressive this team has looked all season long. We've seen Walla Walla have some good games, but this really surpassing the definition of good. Walla Walla look unstoppable here in the first 3 innings. 9 runs, and Royce Hale chance to bring in Morgan. He's got a single and a double, and an RBI on each swing. potentially find a third, getting his first look versus Wilde. Chops to the first base side. Sotomayor is able to trip on the grass, but the throw is going to be offline. And now T will come across to score, and Hale is digging for second. He will be there safely, as now it's 10-0 on the error from Sotomayor. And again, mention that Walla Walla are staying aggressive, and Yakima Valley still trying to dial it in, as again, it looked like they could have found that third out right then and there. Sotomayor was able to field the ball clean, ended up slipping on the outfield grass, then trying to hurry the throw to first. It was offline. So seeing the first error of the ball game. Brings another run across, and Hale now stands on second as Buckley takes strike one. And saw Trevor T on the ground ball, was able to advance to third easily. And then on the throwing error, no one backing up the throw and no one sitting on home, so Trevor was just able to take the 10th run for the Swedes. And we've seen some high-scoring affairs this season at Borleske Stadium. Of course, the biggest one being the historic 42-run night between the Swedes and the Berries. 23-19 was the final scoreline for that game. And Swedes now 10 runs in just 3 innings as Ethan Buckley smashes one out towards the bullpen. And seeing the pitchers down there sitting on the bench, not seeming too bothered one bit. That just seems to be most pitchers down there. In a hard line drive, kind of straight at him. Didn't really seem to budge. 2 outs, 1-2 count to Buckley. Wilde trying to escape the inning, allowing just a couple runs. And has allowed 3 runs so far. 2 of them have been earned. Again, the last one not being an earned run, scoring on the error. Wilde kicks, breaking ball to Buckley. It's going to hop over to the third baseman, Almeida. The throw across will be picked up by Sotomayor for the third out, but Walla Walla keep the offense rolling. 3 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, 3 more runs in the third. It is 10-0 Swedes, moving on to the 4th inning versus the Pippins.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Fourth inning here in Walla Walla. Sweets leading 10-0 over the Yakima Valley Pippins as the offense has been firing on all cylinders. Again, 3 runs in the first and third, 4 runs in the second to add up to 10 rapidly in. And on the pitching side, Charles Rogers III hasn't faced too much adversity as he has been looking dominant off the bump, as usually does. And right now allowing only one hit in the first 3 innings. Gets a big swing and a miss out of Tyson Miller, the left fielder, leading things off for the Pippins. 2-3-4 in the lineup for Yakima Valley. Trying to turn this ball game around. Giles kicks and fires, skips it in low. It is Christmas and July tonight here at Borleske Stadium. Have in concession coupon giveaway tomorrow, Sunday Funday to close out the series. Now, good changeup from Rogers, gets another swing and a miss, and just a good bit of break behind that pitch, and Miller grounded out his first time up to the shortstop in Owens. Fouls a pitch off, stays alive in the 1-2 count. Again, Miller has been a great contact guy and a great guy to keep in the top of the lineup for the Pippins, as he's batting .292, getting on base nearly 50% of the time. Now he's going to smoke a line drive into left field. That's going to drop in front of Schofield and tossed in quickly, and 2-strike single from Tyson Miller will pick up a leadoff knock for the Pippins. Again, just their second hit of the evening.
Second baseman, number 17, Nick Velasquez.
And it brings up Velasquez. First pitch missing in towards the back knee at 90. And these two teams gone back and forth through the rivalry since 2014. Played usually multiple times. Usually you'll see teams face off twice a year, but Walla Walla and Yakima Valley have been playing more so, this being back-to-back years where they've played 3 series against one another. Last year was 2 series in Yakima, then 1 here in Walla Walla, and of course this year being the other way around, as the Sweets travel to the Orchard to again open up the season. And that was all the way back in May 29th, 30th, and 31st to start the 2026 season. Of course, we'll take on the Pippins in this weekend series and have a break have the All-Star break. After the All-Star break this upcoming week, the Sweets will head back over to Western Oregon to take on the Corvallis Knights at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. A big matchup between the Sweets and the Knights, current 2nd and 3rd place teams in the South Division, before returning back here to Borleske to face off against the Pippins again, as ball is going to be fouled off of Velasquez's own leg. Count remains 2-2. Again, back-to-back home series for the Sweets versus the Pippins. We'll have the away series versus the Knights sprinkled in between, as the Pippins on the other side, they will have themselves a home series sprinkled in between, have the, of course, All-Star break, and then next weekend we'll host the Portland Pickles in the Orchard. Fly ball to left field, tracking towards foul territory as Schofield makes the catch on the line. And we'll pick up the first down here in the top of 4. Again, this season has just been rolling quickly along. And just less than 4 weeks left in the regular season. And after this series, both teams will have 3 home and 3 away series left on the schedule. And really just showing how rapidly this season's moving as Parker Burt fouls it back. And Burt sends it 6'4", 220 pounds. Big swing and a miss over top the heater at 91 from Charles as the count goes 0-2. And saw Burt start his career at North Lake High School before moving up to college ball to play Division II with the Regis University Rangers out in Denver, Colorado. Now fastball up and in at 90, gets the swing and a miss. Burt set down swinging by Charles Rogers III, his 4th K, and brings up Luis Garcia. And Luis Garcia another guy out of Western Oklahoma State College, way down in Atlas, Oklahoma. First pitch he sees, floats it towards the right field side, out towards the bullpen, and it lands in the sweet spot out of reach for, again, Bo Stinson, who's now out in right field in place of Cole Rogers. And the Western Oklahoma State Pioneers seeing a good chunk of guys from Western joining the roster of the Pippins. Aviel Ramos being another one in the starting lineup. Fastball cruises in, just missing the zone high. Alexander Mendoza Jr. is another Pioneer, and so 3 of them from Western Oklahoma State in the starting lineup. Then have Dan Bradley, a pitcher on the roster, and I believe that being the 4 on there. And of course, a lot of guys out of Yakima Valley College joining the roster. Have some guys out of Texas, Georgia Gwinnett, Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and that being the big makeup of the roster for the Yakima Valley Pippins. 2-1 pitch on the way from Rogers, gets the swing and a miss on a slider, and seeing the good bite behind that slider at 79 miles an hour. Just a lot of late break and forces the chase off the outer part of the plate. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Miller leading off of first and towards the low and away corner with the heater, and that looked to be a pure strike but deemed ball 3. And showing on the TrackMan that was all strike. 91 perfect spot for it, but instead the count will go full to Luis Garcia. Struck out his first time up versus Rogers, now looking to defend. Charles kicks, fire slider again, now will ring up Garcia, looking first, looking strikeout of the day for Charles Rogers III, and he continues to roll here, allows just the 2nd hit of the game, immediately irons it out, picks up back-to-back Ks to close out the half inning, sends us on to the bottom of the 4th, still 10-0 Sweets.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family. So the Yakima Valley Pippins forced to use their 3rd arm here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to be Hound Tanaka, the lefty out of Yakima Valley, who will step in to toe the rubber. So back-to-back Yakima Valley Yaks stepping in. And
And Tanaka just finished up his freshman year with Yakima Valley, made 6 appearances, spun 5 1/3. Did struggle with his control a bit, was a strikeout and walk guy, 11 walks, 10 strikeouts. First pitch into Schofield will miss low, but you can see Tanaka, a lefty with a bit more of a sidearm arm slot. It's going to be tough in the lefty-lefty matchup for Schofield to try and answer up as the breaking ball just misses in off the corner. And a good take from Ronan to stay in it. And Schofield a walk and a strikeout so far on the day. But now facing off against his first reliever. Again, went head-to-head with the starter and Jake Cumming twice. Didn't see Will Day, and now going up against Tanaka. Another breaking ball just off of the low and in corner. Sam goes 3-1. And the Sweets offense just trying to stay potent here and through the mid-innings, putting up 10 runs in 3 innings. Obviously incredibly impressive, just looking to stay hot as now Tanaka misses outside, and it's going to be a 5-pitch walk to Schofield, and he gets aboard through walk for the second time today. And Tanaka, this being his 7th appearance of the season as a Pippin, has spun just under 7 innings, 6 2/3 with 7 strikeouts. But like he did in the spring, has really struggled in terms of limiting free bases in his 6 2/3, has walked 12 batters and administered 3 hit by pitches. So walks his 13th with Schofield, misses down low to Bittner. And has a 2.85 whip on the season. And whip standing for walks, hits per innings pitched, and kind of a good way to look at it is sometimes just the amount of base runners you will see per inning for a pitcher, and 2.85 means you usually see 3 base runners an inning. When Tanaka's pitching, we'll be able to spot the outside corner here to get up 2-1 to get 2-1 in the count. And the Pippins pitching staff just really trying to limit this offense for Walla Walla. And meanwhile, the Sweets very comfortable with this 10-0 lead, and having Charles Rogers III continuing to spin on the other side of the mound is running in towards the letters. Be another 3-1 count. As Bittner single and a pop out on the day, would love to get on again. Pitch on its way. Bittner rips it out towards left field. It's going to be out of reach for Miller, getting down, bouncing off the wall. We will see Schofield settle into third, standing up, and it's a double for Kyler Bittner. Able to add on to the extra base hit tally for the Sweets, and Bittner picks up his first extra base hit of the summer. And so what an impact he's had. Again, in just his 2nd game as a Sweet, was 1 for 3 yesterday. And that was already 2 for 3 today. So 3 for 6 with a hit by pitch in first plate appearances as a Sweet. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Austin Owens. Takes the pitch, missing outside at 78 from Tanaka. And Tanaka's last time out was back on Independence Day through two-thirds of an inning versus the Bend Elks at Vince Guinness Stadium in Bend. Call and strike will even up the count 1-1. Again, Tanaka did struggle with his control in that bit of work, and 2/3 of an inning allowed 4 runs on 4 walks. Didn't allow any hits, but again, just struggled with walks as Austin Owens puts it in play towards the third base side. Charging is Almeida. The throw to first is going to be in time. And that'll be the first out of the fourth inning. That's back-to-back groundouts to the third baseman for Owens to bring up Stinson, and Bo Stinson looking to do exactly what he did his last time up and had a 321-foot homer over the left field fence and was just able to lift it over the left field fence. Again, got a little bit of gust from the wind, but wind has settled down a little bit more, still about 10 miles an hour. It seemed to slow down a little bit more here at Borleske Stadium as Stinson takes strike one on the outside half. Kick and deal from Tanaka is a breaking ball that misses down low, just under the knees. Again, the Pippins kind of an interesting team to look at when it comes to their home and away splits, as Yakima Valley actually have a better record in away games, and that is something that is not very typical at all here in the West Coast League. Usually we'll see 90% of teams thrive at home and struggle a little more in away games. Walla Walla being one of the biggest examples of that, but the Pippins 9-9 back in the Orchard and 8-7 on the road. Stinson pops it up back and out of play and towards Section C by the stands. Because the Pippins 8-7 on the road. I mentioned Walla Walla, our big home team, and being perfectly set by their home record. The Sweets are 14-4 here in Borleske Stadium and are 6-12 on the road. As now the slider missing low and away gets the swing out of Stinson, however. Tanaka picks up his first strikeout of the appearance and brings up 2 outs with 2 on. And the pressure's on Knowles in another lefty-lefty matchup to try and bring in the 2 runs that sit in scoring position in a leadoff walk and a double to put those 2 runs where they are, but then a ground out and a strikeout produced by Tanaka as Knowles takes the first pitch outside. Again, PK has just continued to be such a strong part of this lineup, batting .341, knocking in 20 runs. Takes a pitch that just misses off the inside half. Again, did see Knowles miss about a week of time, and that was, of course, between kind of June 23rd and the 30th. Missed kind of that solid week between the Drifters, the Apple Sox, and 1 game versus Bend, and that was so he could get married. And immediately after coming back from getting married, he has been seemingly unstoppable. Been one of the most dangerous hitters in the West Coast League in terms of his consistency, and has found 3 extra base hits in his last 8 games. And versus Springfield, he was easily one of the top bats, went 5 for 11 with 2 ribbies, 2 doubles, and 3 walks. So was able to get on base 8 out of the 14 times he stepped to the plate. Now swing and a miss on the outside pitch from Tanaka, and back-to-back Ks from Hound. Tanaka will strand 2 in scoring position, and that being the first shutout inning provided by the Yakima Valley lefty, and it brings us into the 5th inning as Pippins provide their first scoreless frame to the Sweets, sends us on to the 5th, still 10-0 Walla Walla.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play, another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
So Charles Rogers III will end after 4 clean innings of work. Another shutout 4-inning start for Charles Rogers III as the All-Star has been getting his innings shortened here and there. So again, 4 innings, only allowing 2 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts in under 60 pitches, and now brings up the Sacramento State Hornet in Alex Cohen. Cohen, first pitch breaking ball misses upstairs at 75. And seeing another appearance out of Cohen, and he's been a good guy to go to out of the bullpen following Charles Rogers III, as this duo has again, just been outstanding. 2 guys from California, and Charles Rogers III out of Lake Elsinore, Cohen out of Studio City. Alex making his 7th appearance of the summer, 2-1 record, 2.6 ERA. 11 strikeouts across 17 and a third inning as Emory Henderson pops this ball foul, and count will go 1-2. Again, Cohen has just been one of the Sweets' top arms out of the bullpen. And his last time out had an outstanding showing. He's really been tasked with more and more innings as the season's gone on. In fact, his last time out, he threw 5 1/3, and that was as a reliever versus the Ridgefield Raptors. Excuse me, it was 4 1/3 versus the Raptors, as allowed just 2 runs in that 4 1/3 and had 4 strikeouts, 61 pitches. Now Emory Henderson sends it out to right field. Bo Stinson will get it in quick, but the right fielder for the Pippins will pick up his first hit of the day. Just the 3rd hit of the evening for the Pippins team as a whole. But well struck as just kind of middle up, 102 off the bat of Emory Henderson. And he's a 6'1" junior who's got a lot of power in that swing, was one of the top home run hitters in the NWAC this past spring. As a breaking ball misses up high from Cohen. And Alex in his last 3 appearances has thrown 4 innings, 3 innings, and 4 1/3, allowing only 3 earned runs in that time. So again, 11 1/3 innings, allowing 2 earned runs and having 8 strikeouts as well. It's just been premier guy out of the bullpen. Really has been all summer long. Older brother of Andrew Cohen. The Cohen brothers have really been both top arms out of the bullpen, as talked a lot about both Alex and Andrew this season. And Alex, the older brother out of Sacramento State. Andrew, the younger brother out of Grand Canyon University. Both have just been such a threatening duo. As again, Alex 2.6 ERA, Andrew 2.84 ERA. Fly ball out to center field. Sam Kane just taking a couple steps in and to his left. Will settle it for the first out. So retires Ramos and brings up Sotomayor. First baseman rolled over to the second baseman, and Bittner his first time up. Walla Walla would love to try and spin a double play here. And Sweets are one of the lower teams in the West Coast League in amount of double plays turned, have 17 on the season. Matter of fact, both these teams, when it comes to fielding, have struggled a little bit. Yakima Valley are third in the WCL in errors committed, and the Sweets are fourth. Pippins 53 errors on the season, Walla Walla with 50. As Cohen kicks, deals the 1-0, pumps it in at 88 for a strike. And both these teams have just been able to really show up in terms of their hitting, as Walla Walla has been a top pitching team alongside that is. And the pitching early on in the season looked to be one of the more bigger struggles for Walla Walla. Have since really dialed it in, are currently top 50% of the league in team ERA, still currently second in the league in strikeouts. The Victoria Harbor Cats have since taken over as the #1 strikeout team, as the breaking ball is going to be hung on to behind the plate by Buckley. Squeezed at as Sotomayor did just get a piece of it. That'll be the first strikeout of the appearance for Alex Cohen, and it brings up the third baseman and Almeida. And Walla Walla 319 strikeouts across 36 games, and the Harbor Cats, who are sitting in fourth, 349 strikeouts. And their pitching staff has really shown up as top team in the league, as currently have two of the top strikeout leaders in Jeremiah Arnett and Eric Rico. Two Harbor Cats who are 1 and 2 on the strikeout leaderboard in the West Coast League. As Cohen kicks, fires, missing inside. And Walla Walla have, and still just been such a great offensive team, despite having some lower scoring games in the last couple of weeks. Currently sitting in top 5 in both stolen bases and total runs, as a ball flown out towards the Yakima Valley bullpen will settle in foul territory. Now, of course, when it comes to team batting average, both these teams right behind each other. Yakima Valley batting .259 as a team. The Sweets batting .252. Currently 7th and 8th in the West Coast League, but the Sweets have been able to find so much success because they're extra base hitting. Walla Walla currently lead the West Coast League in extra base hits, are the only team with 100 extra base hits on the season so far, followed by Kamloops and Ridgefield, 97 and 96. But the Sweets just have a good mixture of doubles, home runs, and of course are the league leaders in triples. Second in doubles, first in triples, and still up there towards the middle of the pack when it comes to doubles, as Austin Owens will retrieve the grounder, sends it over to Knowles for out number 3, and despite the leadoff knock, Cohen settles it right down in the top of the 5th and strands the runner on, sends us into the bottom half. Sweet still up by 10.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
We've talked about how these two rivals have clashed over really across the last decade. Again, 12 years spanning back to the Pippins' inaugural season in 2014. Don't think I aptly described how close it's been between these two teams across the years, as these two teams have played 70 games prior to tonight, and the all-time record is split perfectly down the middle, 35-35. And spanning all the way back to 2014, all the way to now here in 2026, series is tied dead even across the last 12 years, and Walla Walla looking to claim the series opener and move ahead into the all-time series score and lead it 36-35. As Tanaka kicks and deals the first pitch, just missing into Trevor T. Again, the Sweets have kind of thrived at home versus the Pippins. It's been kind of just the way these two teams have gone, as the Pippins win in Yakima County Stadium, their home park, and the Sweets win here in Borleske. Walla Walla have not dropped a series to the Pippins here in Borleske Stadium since June of 2022. So it has been 3 seasons that the Sweets haven't dropped a series here at home, as T smashes one out towards right center field. That ball is going to get down in the gap, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. T will get the stop sign at second. He's going to ignore it and go for 3. The slide is going to be in time. The ball gets away to the fence, and Trevor T ignoring the signal from his head coach and third base coach, and will have himself a leadoff triple. 4 hits for Trevor T. A trio of singles and now a triple, and puts another run just 90 feet away. Then smoked 96 off the bat to the right center gap. Emery Henderson was chasing it down, just could not reach it. Taking that aggressive angle allowed him to be a little bit late to it. So a leadoff triple will bring up Sam Kane. And another RBI chance for Sam Kane as he takes the slider to the outside corners. Again, that pitch just drifting in there, 65 miles an hour on the off speed. Just lofting into the outside corner. Now this one a little bit more middle high at 77. So the count is 0-2. Sam Kane looking to put another ball in play and try and find another RBI. As Tanaka just trying to limit as much as he can with a leadoff triple. Fire skips it into the dirt, kept well in front by Burt. After the all-time series tie, 35-35, again seeing 6 games being played still, including this one. 9 games total in the season between the Sweets and the Pippins this year. Back-to-back 3 series days as Sam Kane gives one a ride, smokes to the left field, will go foul, but that ball rocketed foul towards the left field side. 96 off the bat, an estimated 351 feet. Easily had the distance, but just early on it. And Sam Kane is the Walla Walla Sweets home run leader. and is currently tied for 4th in the league in homers. Now is going to ground one sharply down the third base side, skips away from Alameda, and Kane will be trying for 2, coming around into second. He will be there standing, and it's an RBI double. Sam Kane, 4 at-bats, 4 ribbies. An RBI in every single at-bat, and he's now 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. So 2 extra base hits to open up the inning for Walla Walla, and brings up Royce Hale. You want the guy to add on another extra base hit. Hale would be the guy you look towards. First pitch on the way from Tanaka. Big swing out of Hale. He wanted all of that pitch. 65, dropped in middle high. But Royce just a bit out front of it. As the count goes 0-1, 11-0 Sweets lead. Walla Walla 6 extra base hits. And their total 12, so half their hits have gone for extra bases. 10 runs on 12 hits. Yakima Valley, no runs on their 3 hits. And now Hale's going to flare it out towards the third base side. Sliding into foul territory is Almeida, who is able to snag that ball and picks up the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. And manager Leo Rivera standing in the box, having to give a little bit of recognition to the Pippins third baseman to go over and get that ball. Snags it away and retires Hale. So it brings up Buck. And Buckley 1 for 3, a fly out, a single, and a ground out. Takes the first pitch just low from Tanaka. Again, Tanaka being the very description of a crafty lefty. Doesn't have a ton of velocity, but uses that 3/4 to sidearm slot and just works a lot of sliders. And again, the heater is going to sit around 80. The breaking balls are going to slow down to 65, as we've seen. Makes it really tough as a batter to just sit back and not go too early. And fastball, while though not the fastest you're going to see, still enough velocity to catch you off guard if you're looking breaking ball. And now you can see Buckley get way out in front of it, and a smile on the South African's face as he'll tighten up the gloves on the 2-1 count. And the catcher out of Central Washington University, former Pippin, going against his former club for the second time. Pitch on the way, line drive, almost catches Tanaka, blows straight by him at 91. And we are going to see the holdup at third base from Sam Kane, and maybe not wanting to rush in more with an 11-0 lead, but just a solid rip back up the middle from Buck. And it'll stay runners on the corners with 1 out. So brings up Sko. Breaking ball on its way, drifts into Ronan. He takes first pitch at 65. And seeing Tanaka start a lot of at-bats with that slider. Just drifting in, especially towards the lefty bats. It's going to start at the front hip and then just kind of drift into the zone. Again, Schofield, this being his second look versus Tanaka, as the first batter that Hound Tanaka faced was Ronan Schofield. Ended up walking him. Now he's going to be able to, again, pump in the heater, 77. So Schofield being forced to defend, 2 runners on, 1-2 count. 11-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Walla Walla. Wanting to add on and get as much pressure as they can, as a spinner just gets past Tanaka. Charging in is Mendoza. The throw over to first is just narrowly in time. will retire Schofield, but it's going to be a ribby for Ronan as he brings across Sam Kane, and now it's 12-0 Sweets. So didn't pick up a knock, but still does a job bringing in the run. And Alexander Mendoza Jr. doing a good job at short charging that baseball and getting the throw in time over to first. As it brings up Bittner for the 4th time. He's 2 for 3. And so far 3 for 6 in his first 2 games as a Sweet. First pitch from Tanaka is again that first pitch bender that is going to miss low to Bittner. And Bittner, another former Pippin, going head-to-head with Yakima Valley, misses just inside. So 2-0 count, and if you are going to get hit by a pitch, would much rather it be 65 than a 90-mile-an-hour heater that we have seen already. Again, Cole Rogers had to exit the game all the way back after the 2nd inning, got hit with a 90-mile-an-hour heater in the chest. And hoping he is okay, was still able to, again, run it out after getting hit by a pitch and come around to score, and that time was the Sweets' 4th run. And Walla Walla have just continued adding. Last inning was the first inning that the Sweets did not score. Of course, have since then have added on 2 more here in the bottom of the 5th, and Bittner with a chance to add on a 3rd in this inning. And a hitter's count versus Tanaka. And a single and a double on the evening so far. And Tanaka looks in, kicks, fires. Bender is going to be lifted by Bittner out to left field. Behind it is Tyson Miller and collects it for the 3rd out. And that will close out the 5th inning. Walla Walla stack on 2 more runs, extend the lead 12-0 here in Borleske Stadium. Moving on into the 6th inning, the Pippins will step back up to the plate.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Walla Walla leading 12-0 over top the Pippins here in Borleske Stadium, as adding on 2 more runs in the bottom of 5, and Pippins still trying to get on the board. Again, we'll have their 2nd inning versus Alex Cohen. He's able to get through his 1st inning pretty cleanly. Did allow a leadoff single before getting 3 outs right in a row, but now it'll be 1, 2, 3 in the lineup for the Pippins. Alexander Mendoza Jr. will lead things off. Again, temperature cooling off a little bit more here in Walla Walla. Now 85, the wind still settling down at about 10 miles an hour, and the sun officially gone beyond Borleske Stadium is allowing the valley in the background to turn a nice shade of pink as the lights shine down at the field. It looks like time will be called, as I believe a baseball from the Yakima Valley bullpen might have missed a catcher and trickled down towards the dugout. Cohen kicks and fires to the 1-hitter. It's going to be fouled off Mendoza's own back leg. The count goes 0-2. Again, the Pippin shortstop grounded out and struck out today. Mendoza Jr. was a late pickup for the Pippins. This being just the 4th game that he's participated in. In the 3 games prior, he's batting 4 for 13 with a couple walks and a ribby. Batting .308. Now Cohen kicks and fires. Going to be a grounder chopped foul towards Pippins' dugout. Count remains 0-2. And saw some good games across the West Coast League last night with, of course, Walla Walla going toe-to-toe with Springfield. Yakima Valley taking down Ridgefield in extra innings to complete the sweep, 9-8 in the 10th. Saw Bellingham have a non-league matchup versus Bombat Northwest. Took it 5-2. Bend with an extra innings victory versus the Victoria Harbor Cats, who will host the All-Star game this upcoming week. 7-6 in the 10th. Corvallis took down Portland 11-4. Saw Edmonton take down the Nighthawks of Nanaimo. Excuse me, the Night Owls of Nanaimo. Kelowna took down Kamloops. Another one-run bout between the Falcons and the Northpaws. And then the Apple Sox had a closer game with Port Angeles. Apple Sox took it 5-3 to complete the sweep over the lefties and have just stretched their position in the lead. Ball popped down the third base side, and is there enough room for T? There is not, as it drops in towards the beer garden. Count remains 1-2. And looking at the West Coast League standings, of course, starting with the South and these 2 teams, Ridgefield still sitting #1 in the South Division, but their lead has shortened as they have gotten swept in back-to-back series. Of course, it was Walla Walla first last weekend, and then got swept by the Pippins earlier this week. So they're sitting at 20-13. Walla Walla sitting a game and a half back at 20-16, trying to hunt down first place in the South Division. Corvallis sitting in 3rd, followed by the Pippins, trying to chase down the Knights, and Knights trying to chase down the Sweets. In 5th and 6th place is Portland and Bend, 14-16, 13-18, followed by the Marion Berries and the Springfield Drifters, who will round things out. Of course, up in the north, Wenatchee still leading all of the West Coast League. 24-9 is their current record. Ball line now on the first base side, and Mendoza doing a good job staying in it. And in 2nd place, Kelowna been able to move up into 2nd, surpassing the Bellingham Bells, who have had a tough second half so far. Edmonton sitting in 4th place, followed by Nanaimo and Victoria. And then Kamloops and Port Angeles rounding out the North Division. Alex Cohen kicks and fires another 1-2, misses up and away. As the leadoff man really testing the reliever in Cohen. And right now the biggest streaks in terms of winning and losing is both in the South Division. The Pippins on a 4-game win streak currently, as a swing and a miss is going to get away from Buckley. It's going to be a tough throw all the way down to first, and is it in time? Yes, it is, just narrowly. Drop third strike, got all the way to the backstop, and Buckley doing a good job making the throw all the way down to Knowles to complete the strikeout. That being the 2nd K for Alex Cohen to bring up Tyson Miller. And the Ridgefield Raptors on a 6-game losing streak. The Pippins on their 4-game winning streak. And those being just the 2 top streaks, as we will see a pinch hitter come in for Tyson Miller. And it's actually Trey Godoy out of UCLA will make his first appearance. Godoy, this just being the 7th game he's been a part of. Currently batting 1 for 21 with 3 walks. Again, finished up his freshman season with the UCLA Bruins. 5'11", 180 pounds out of Escondido, California. Appeared in 19 starts with the Bruins. Batted .273 with UCLA and did well as a true freshman. One of the top Division I programs in the nation. Now skips one over to Bittner, who goes to PK. Quick 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. And it brings up Velasquez. And we'll see what defensive substitutions are made. Might just see the 1-for-1 between Miller and Godoy. Could just go 1-for-1 out in left field. Velasquez, who's 1-for-2, has one of the 3 hits on the evening for Yakima Valley. A infield single all the way back in the first, and then a fly out in the fourth. Two on, no out. Excuse me, 2 outs, none on here in the top of the 6th as Cohen will find the even count. In this game currently in the West Coast League being really the biggest deficit across the league so far as Velasquez fouls this ball away. And there was one game that started earlier at 4:35 p.m. that has concluded. Port Angeles with a massive win over the Bellingham Bells, 2-1 in Joe Martin Stadium up in Bellingham, Washington. So the lefties taking their 8th win of the season over the current 3rd place team in the North. I think a big victory for Port Angeles to open up that series. Seeing Kamloops and Victoria currently in the bottom of the 7th. The North Ponds leading that matchup 4-1. Also in the 7th inning, Wenatchee and Kelowna, the Apple Sox leading the Falcons 2-0, trying to defend their first place position. Springfield leading Corvallis 4-1. That being a huge game in the South Division, especially for the Sweets, who are looking to steady themselves in 2nd place. And if the Drifters are able to take down Corvallis and the Sweets secure this win, would definitely help Walla Walla stay in 2nd place in the standings. Nanaimo currently beating Bend 7-2 up in British Columbia. Edmonton and Marion just got started as they're in the bottom of the 2nd. And then also another South Divisional clash is happening in Ridgefield between the Raptors and the Pickles. Portland leading the Raptors 7-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning, as again the Raptors have had themselves a tough second half, as if the Pickles are able to secure that victory, will be a 7-game losing streak for the Raptors, as Alex Cohen gets a swing and a miss down low from the All-Star in Velasquez. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Alex Cohen to go 1-2-3 through the 1-2-3 in the Pippins order. Brings us to the bottom of 6. Walla Walla continue to shut out Yakima Valley.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
So the Pippins will turn it over to their 4th arm in this ballgame, and returning back to Borleske Stadium, Carl Molan-Kovash stepping on to the bump, a Whitman College Blue, and now back in his spring ballpark, making another appearance on the season. And Molan-Kovash, a native of Rolling Meadows, Illinois, stands at 6'6", 215 pounds, making his 8th appearance of the summer. 4.5 ERA across his 8 innings pitched so far, and now back in Borleske. Got to be feeling a nice bit of sense of home here. 8 strikeouts in 8 innings with a 1.75 whip. Fastball inside to Austin Owens. He's able to turn it out for a foul ball. And Olan Komash is another guy who's got a great bit of swing and miss stuff, but has, again, struggled with that control. As pumps in the heater, fouled off again by Owens, really just defending against the high 8s. I mentioned that the righty for the Pippins, 8 strikeouts in 8 innings, but also has administered 9 walks and 6 hit by pitches. So again, nearly 2 free passes per inning pitched, and now misses the fastball just outside to Owens. Again, AO currently 0 for 3, a strikeout, 2 groundouts. Looking to find his way on base. Instead, will go down looking as the breaking ball drops to the outside half. Molan Kovash will start his appearance with a backwards K. And it brings up Bo Stinson for the 3rd time. And what a interesting day it's been for Stinson, coming in off the bench in the 3rd inning. First at bat, solo homer of the left field fence, and his last time up did strike out to the lefty in Hound Tanaka. Now we'll take ball 1 just on the lone outside corner. Looked like might have caught the zone at 87. Home plate umpire Bryce Reeves saying ball 1 to that spot. As Molan Kovash tries it again, and this time gets the strike, and that pitch looked like it might have been a little bit lower than the first. Either way, count 1-1. Now up and in, and it's going to be fought off by Stinson. And the right-hander leaning a lot on those fastballs to locate. Going to challenge the Sweets here in his Spring Park. Kicks, fires, and now goes with the bender outside. Molan Kovash just finished up his junior year at Whitman College here in Walla Walla. Made 8 appearances across this past spring. Had 6 total innings pitched and tried to really dial in the consistency with his location with the Blues. Now a high chopper to the 3rd base side. Almeida picks it up, has to wait for the hop, and Stinson with good speed just can't beat it out. It'll be 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. And now thinking about it, did actually have the pleasure of seeing Molan Kovash pitch this past spring, and that was down in Los Angeles, California. And it looks like we are going to see a pinch hitter here coming in for Knowles. I believe that is Gaines Hawson, who will step into the box and take strike 1. So seeing the change in the lineup here, Peyton Knowles, his night will end as Gaines Hawson immediately go 0-2 in the count. So an interesting move, seeing the all-star removed from the starting lineup, and Gaines Hawson getting some more reps, but again with a 12-0 lead. Manager Leo Rivera able to switch up the lineup, get some more time for some guys as Hawson sends it out towards right field. Emery Henderson will settle under it and makes the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down from the Whitman College Blue on the side of the Pippins. Brings us on into the 7th inning here at Borleske Stadium. Sweets maintain the 12-0 lead.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
So Gaines Hawson will step in on first base, going 1-for-1 with Peyton Knowles. As Alex Cohen's appearance will continue. Going 4-5-6 in the lineup, Parker Burt leading things off, swinging at the first pitch. He sees a high chopper towards the middle. It's going to be a tough play, and it will just get through Bittner and Owens for a leadoff single. So Burt not wasting any time. First pitch he sees versus Cohen. Able to put back up the middle. Brings up the center fielder and Luis Garcia. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball straight into the backstop. So 0-1 count as the sky continues to darken and get a little bit more pink beyond the horizon. Cohen kicks and fires, missing low and away at 88. Just ended up yanking that pitch a little bit outside. And the Sweets just trying to maintain this 12-0 shutout, and it's going to be put out into right field well by Garcia. Chasing over to get it is Sam Kane. It's going to fall into right. Bo Stinson slipping out in the outfield grass will still get the throw in quick as Parker Burt ends up at third, and back-to-back singles from the Pippins will put a runner in scoring position for just the second time this evening.
All right, go to number 40, Malachi Emery Henderson.
So Malachi Emery Henderson, the lefty out of Wenatchee Valley, will step in with runners on first and third and no outs here in the top of the seventh. Of the Pippins having the best chance to get a man aboard. Again, the last time the Pippins had a runner in scoring position was in the top of the first with 2 outs. Nick Velasquez had a 2-out single, then stole second. That was the only other time this evening where Yakima had a man in a position to score, and now their first run just 90 feet away with a good power hitter, and Malachi Emery Henderson, who sends a sharp ground ball 101, skips past Austin Owens into left field, and the first one will come across to score for Yakima Valley. It's an RBI single from Emery Henderson. Again, just sent sharply right back out towards Owens, 101 off the bat. Gonna run up on you quick if you're one of the infielders, and it did versus Owens. Tried to keep it in front, just couldn't knock it down. So 3 singles in a row for Yakima Valley to open up the 7th inning. And Alex Cohen had a clean first 2 innings of work, only allowing 1 base run on 2 innings and having 3 strikeouts. Now Garcia stands on second, Emery Henderson off of first. And Ramos to the plate, going to send one out towards left center field. That ball well struck. Sam Kane going back, reels to make the grab out in center field. And a long throw all the way in, and it's going to be lost onto the infield momentarily as Bittner seemed to lose sight of where it was next to second base. And we'll end up right back in the hands of the pitcher as the first down is found. A good catch out there by Sam Kane, who has again shown some great offensive ability, but also has been a great center fielder. Covers a lot of ground out in center. And Sotomayor will come in. A first pitch breaking ball drops in. No, going to be deemed just a bit high, and looks like did miss just above the zone, maybe about a ½ inch above the zone. His count goes 1-0. Cohen kicks, fires, going to be chopped over to Bittner at second base, flips it over to Owens, relay back over to first. Is going to be way offline and out towards the dugout, and on the throwing error, Garcia will score from third. And so we'll be now 2-12 as another run comes in for Yakima Valley. Again, Emery Henderson out on the fielder's choice at second, and Sotomayor will stand on first. So the third baseman and Derek Almeida try and keep the top of the 7th going with 2 outs and a runner on, 2 runs across the inning. First pitch is fouled straight back towards Highway 12. A high heater at 88 from Cohen. And continuing to attack the zone as that pitch count getting closer to 50. And through 2 2/3 has allowed 2 runs now. Big pitch number 48 upcoming is another pitch that just lives up high. Cohen kicks another breaking ball, this time out in front of it was Almeida. And just finished up his 2nd year at Chaffey College down in California. Stands at 5'10", 180 pounds. Has yet to commit anywhere to continue his academic and athletic career. And a lot of guys from the Yakima Valley Pippins club finishing up their 2 years at JUCO as Almeida sends it out towards right center. Bo Stinson trying to cut it off, is able to keep it in front. Almeida will cruise into second with a 2-out double. So does keep the inning going as Almeida picks up his first knock of the day. Another extra base hit on the tally, and that is now 4 hits in the inning for the Pippins. I believe we are just going to see Alex Cohen tasked with closing out this inning, and then we'll likely see a reliever hop in for him. As it looks like the arm getting ready in the Sweets bullpen is Rudy Larson, who's become one of the most anticipated closer for the Sweets as the curveball just misses outside. Cohen kicks, fires, fastball is going to be a comebacker, high chopper, and will settle easy. Underhand flip over to Hawson, who collects for out number 3. So the first 2 runs come across for the Pippins, 4 hits in the inning, but Walla Walla still maintain the double-digit lead heading into the 7th inning stretch here at Borleske Stadium.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Into the bottom of the 7th we go here at Borleske Stadium. Walla Walla leading 12-2 over the top of the Yakima Valley Pippins. Pippins able to get on the board in the top half of the inning, adding on 2. And now Walla Walla will try and respond versus Molan Kovash, who got through a shutout inning in the 6th, but it'll be Trevor T who leads things off. We do have a new catcher behind the plate for Yakima Valley. That is Jackson Upton, the St. Martin's catcher, who steps in place of Parker Burt. Molan Kovash, the 6'6" right-hander, kicks and deals, missing the first pitch under the zone. And the Pippins shut out for 6 straight innings before getting on the board and still trying to chip away at this lead that Walla Walla have. And Jackson Upton, 6'4", 230 pounds behind the plate, just finished up his junior year with St. Martin's. Now coming in for the West Coast League All-Star in Parker Burt to allow him to get some rest in the 10-run deficit as Molan Kovash misses outside. We'll see the appeal down to first, and Taylor Schneider will indeed say that T held back, so the count goes 3-0. But what a day it's been for the Colorado Mesa Maverick, and Trevor T returning sweet, who is 4 for 4, 3 singles, 2 stolen bases, and a triple, has scored all 4 times that he's come up to the plate. And now we'll take ball 4, so it'll be a 5-time on base kind of day for Trevor T. And not a bad day whatsoever, as it brings up Sam Kane. First pitch to Kane is going to be chopped on the third base side. Almeida having to make the throw over to first. Zips it over there in time, and a good arm out of Almeida to get it over to first. Kane does move T up to second, and that being just the first at-bat of the game that Sam Kane is not registered in RBI. And that does sound as crazy as it actually is. Started off the game with an RBI double, then back-to-back sac flies in the second and third, and then an RBI double in the 5th, and it now looks like we are going to see a pinch hitter step in for Royce Hale, and that is Jackson Wendt, making his first plate appearance of the season. I saw Jackson Wendt make his pitching debut earlier on this week in Springfield, as came in and threw 1 inning off the mound. Again, that was just back on Wednesday night versus the Drifters. Had a clean inning of work in his Sweets debut, and now making his home debut and doing it at the plate. And Wendt just finished up his freshman year at Lower Columbia College with the Red Devils. Was a two-way guy with LC, but was primarily more of a batter. Batted .263 with some good power numbers for the Red Devils, helping them win an NWAC championship this past spring. Again, this being an interesting time to use him, as really the best time to use him, with a 12-2 victory in the late innings of a series opener, and seeing what he can do on the bat says let's a soft breaking ball trickle in, and it just catches the top of the zone at 73. But stepping in cleanly at the DH spot for Royce Hale. Kick and deal on the way, another breaking ball at 73. This time Jackson fends it off. Again, Went just a guy who really seems to fill the role of a power hitter, at least look the role. 6'5", 220 pounds, and now the fastball is going to heat things up at 86, and Went will be set down swinging in his first plate appearance, and it's going to bring up Buck. So even after the leadoff walk and T getting into scoring position through a ground out, Molan Kovash, the Whitman Blue, picks up back-to-back outs, and now looking to retire Buckley as well. Kicks and fires. First pitch is going to be flared out towards center field. That ball is going to drop in. We are going to see the wave from manager Leo Rivera on T, and trying to pick it up is Garcia. Ends up getting it in late, as it's an RBI single for Buckley, his third single of the day, and brings in the 13th run for Walla Walla. And it looks like we're going to see another pinch hitter come in, and that's going to be Gunnar Guile, who steps in place of Schofield. So seeing all the substitutions come in for Walla Walla, as Guile, of course, has been a guy here from the start, but did miss a good bit of time. Again, a 2025 West Coast League All-Star with the Sweets, returning for his second year with Walla Walla. Again, missed about a week and a half. Made his return on Wednesday night versus the Drifters, where he went 1 for 4 with a single. That takes a pitch in towards the back knees. The count goes 2-0. And so Schofield will end his night with 2 walks and an RBI. I believe Guy will just come in for him out in left field. Molan Kovash kicks to the outside corner at 82. Just misses a little bit up and away. Now will just be a 4-pitch walk. No, never mind. Guile tossed the bat, was walking away, and now we'll have to go and pick it back up. It looks like it did cleanly miss on the inside corner, was borderline. But the TrackMan data showing did just miss about a ½ off the inside of the plate. Instead, will be deemed strike 1 by home plate umpire Bryce Reeves, and that bat will continue for Guile. And now fastball in the low and in corner, fouled straight back, and from what looked like a 4-pitch walk, the count is suddenly full for Guile. And Guile, the former Arizona Wildcat, has since committed to play with the New Mexico State Aggies in the spring of 2027. Payoff pitch from Molan Kovash will drop its way high, and it will be ball 4. So after a couple extra pitches, the result is the same. Gunnar Guile walks his way to first, and there's now 2 aboard. So Kyler Bittner steps in again, 2 for 4 with a single and a double on the day. Fresno State Bulldog. Been looking strong at the plate in his time. Another good late Division I addition for the Sweets. And now the first pitch is going to miss way over his head, and both runners will jog up to the next base. just a bit inside towards Bittner. 70 miles an hour. It looked like Molen Kovac just lost grip of it early on in his motion. So now 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. 13-2 lead for Walla Walla. Fastball misses outside, snapping at 84. In the bottom of the lineup, trying to add on some more runs for the Sweets. Again, 1 across in the inning after the leadoff walk from Trevor T, knocked in by Ethan Buckley. As Bittner lets it go on the outside corner. And Buckley standing on third, Guile off of second. Walla Walla trying to lock down this game in the series opener, and would be a good way to try and turn things around as the string is pulled on the changeup. Gets Bittner swinging over top of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Kyler getting more collegiate experience. Again, former Pippin, and now working with the Swedes. Grounds it over towards the shortstop in Mendoza. Drops it, picks it up, and the throw across is not going to be in time. And the bobble will allow the 14th run to come in. Again, was just fielded cleanly on the transfer. Alexander Mendoza Jr. just lost it, and on the error, that will bring in another run. And as Gunnar Guile had to remain where he was, that is being the second error of the game for the Pippins. Now fastball going to be lifted foul by Owens. Again, Owens still searching for his first hit of the day. And the Antelope out of Grand Canyon finished up his freshman year there. Now takes a ball up high. In his freshman year at GCU, more about getting acclimated than kind of filling up the stat sheet. Got into 9 games, started 5. Found his ways to get on base. 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and summer been a big chance to get more reps and try and boost that confidence. Hard liner into right center. Goes the opposite field gap. Gets it down. 1 run will come across to score in Guile. And we'll see Bittner settle into third. And Austin Owens picks up his first knock of the day to make it 15-2 Sweets. Just a strong RBI single. Was kind of middle in on the plate. And Owens kept the hands and took it 93 to the opposite field gap. And a good bit of hitting there. Being able to battle off that inside pitch and still find a way to hit it solidly into the outfield. And bring in a run. So now men on the corners with 2 down here in the bottom of 7. And what a 2-out rally it's been. Single, a walk, an error, and now another single. Brings up the 9-hitter in Stinson. Pitch in on its way, just missing. And living up high to Stinson, and just a little bit of a height difference between the guy on the mound and the guy in the batter's box. 6'6" versus 5'9". Again, Stinson 1 for 3 with a solo homer back in the third. Now the wind is kicking up a little bit more here over top Borleske, as the temperature has steadily cooled off at about 80 degrees. Wind still kicking up to about 10 miles an hour. Stinson rips one again. Has he done it again? Back and back goes the left fielder. It's gone. A 2-homer game for Bo Stinson. And the Lewis Clark State Warrior goes yard again. It is now 18-2 Sweets. Muscles one out of the left field side for the second time tonight. And what a night for Bo Stinson. Came into the series with only 2 extra base hits, 2 doubles, and now has 2 homers in this game alone. Now Gaines Hawson gets his second at bat. Flew out to right field his first time up. Now he's going to ground over to the shortstop in Mendoza. Fields it clean. The throw across is clean as well. And the 2-out rally finally ended for the Pippins, but not before 5 runs come across in the inning. Biggest inning yet for Walla Walla, extending the lead 18-2. Moving on to the 8th inning, Bo Stinson, another homer. He's got 2 tonight.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
So the Sweets add on 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Able to just tally a long 2-out rally. Started with a walk, couple singles, another walk, and then a 3-run shot from Bo Stinson for his second home run of the game. 342 over the left field fence. And now the Sweets will turn to a new arm as Rudy Larson out of Lower Columbia College will make another appearance on the summer. Again, just finished up his freshman year with the Red Devils, helping them capture an NWAC championship and already making his 3rd appearance. You saw Rudy come in for the first time back on July 3rd, exactly a week ago, through a shutout inning in 2/3, and then made another close on July 5th. Didn't seem at all versus Springfield, got some more rest, and now tasked with maybe trying to shut this game down as pumps in a first pitch strike to Trey Godoy in the UCLA Bruin. Stepping in for his second at-bat, rolled over to the second baseman his first time up in Bittner. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Larson threw his windup, gets a big swing and a miss over top that breaking ball. And Gunnar Guile now out in left field for Ronan Schofield. Saw him come in as a pinch hitter, now steps in onto the field. But Larson, guy who seems like to take care of batters himself, and he will do exactly that. Gets another swing on the off speed. And down goes Godoy for the first out here in the top of the 8th. So pretty good showing out of Alex Cohen, who was the first guy out of the pen. 3 innings for Alex, allowed 5 hits, just 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts in that time on 52 pitches. Good combo between him and Charles Rogers III as another first pitch breaking ball drops in. Again, back in the last inning, the Pippins were able to get on the board for the first time after 6 shutout innings. Now a chopper just goes over the head. It's going to be a tough play for Bittner. Times it up. Will have no throw over to first, and Nick Velasquez will pick up his second infield single of the evening, and both have been to Kyler Bittner. Again, just has sent slower choppers to the right field side and have just been able to put them slow enough that it forces a charge out of the second baseman, but fast enough that it gets by the pitcher. So again, seeing Jackson Upton step in for the first time and takes the first pitch he sees, and the appeal on the swing from Buckley to Taylor Schneider will say that the catcher held up. Again, Jackson Upton, this just being the 11th game he's been a part of, hasn't gotten too many at-bats. Now off the right of the bat, Bittner will try and go to one with it, will secure that first out over to Hossin as the runner in Velasquez moves up to second with 2 down. So brings up Luis Garcia with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position versus Larson. And that infield single from Velasquez was just the second hit that Larson has given up early on. Again, this just being his 3rd appearance. Has now thrown 3 innings of work and gets the wave out of the breaking ball there. And just another great pitch to generate the whiff. And saw 4 hits and 2 runs last inning for Yakima Valley to get on the board, and Walla Walla trying to shut them down again here in the 8th to maintain the 16-run deficit they've created. And what a game it's been for Walla Walla. The offense has been absolutely unstoppable. Larson kicks, fires, gets another awkward swing out of Garcia. And the Pippins center fielder, 1 for 3, struck out in his first 2 at-bats versus Charles Rogers, then found a single last inning and was one of the 2 runs to score. Now facing up against Larson. Rudy kicks, fires. This time it would be taken down in the dirt by Garcia. 74 miles an hour, just a great bit of break in that pitch from Larson. And Walla Walla, this being tied for their highest scoring game of the season, and this being easily the biggest run deficit Walla Walla have had this summer. Larson missing outside. And the only other time Walla Walla put up 18 runs was back on June 17th. And despite Walla Walla putting up 18, Marion Berries put up a little bit more. As now going down swinging will be Garcia, and 2 strikeouts in the inning for Rudy Larson. Picks up a K to open it up and a K to shut it down. Sends us on into the bottom of the 8th, and 10 strikeouts in the game for Walla Walla, and that sends us into the bottom of the 8th. Walla Walla looking to add on some extra going into the 9th.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Yakima Valley will turn to another arm in this ballgame. It'll be their 5th pitcher used, as it will be Sebastian Fry, the right-handed pitcher out of Olympic College, sitting at 5'11", 190 pounds. Will make another appearance, and Fry, the Las Vegas, Nevada native. Again, this being the 8th appearance of the season for Fry. Has 11 strikeouts in 8 innings, but again, typical to some of the other arms we've seen from the Pippins, has just struggled minimizing walks. 10 walks in 8 innings alongside his 11 strikeouts. As will be Trevor T, who leads things off in the 8th inning versus the new arm. And Fry, 14.63 ERA across his 7 appearances. And first pitch is going to head low in the dirt, skips over the netting and into the seating just in front of the press box. 84 just spiked low to T. And what a day it's been for Trevor T. Has gotten on base 5 times, a trio of singles, a triple, and a walk. Has scored every single time that he's come up. And we've seen 2 big nights with both Trevor T. and Bo Stinson. As the Olympic right-hander kicks and deals the 1-1, and good changeup left down low by Trevor. Now T fouls it straight back, and again, this not only being the other high-scoring game we've seen across the West Coast League. And I mentioned that Port Angeles took down Bellingham earlier this evening, 2-1. Kamloops were able to take down Victoria 4-2. Those being the 2 games that have concluded. A couple more low-scoring games. Edmonton and Marion currently separated by 3. The Riverhawks leading 3-0 in the 4th. Wenatchee leading 2-0 over Kelowna, trying to complete the shutout. Currently in the top of the 9th. Be another big win for the Apple Sox, but then you have some bigger deficits. Nanaimo taking down Bend currently 8-2 in the 9th inning. You have Springfield leading 9-1 over Corvallis. The Drifters on a roll, and if they're able to complete that victory, we'll be on a 3-game win streak. And then Portland taking down Ridgefield 13-2. And then, of course, you have the biggest deficit of the night being Walla Walla and Yakima Valley right here. As again, Walla Walla, this being a huge chance to move up in the standings. If Portland secure their win, Springfield secure their win, and Walla Walla secure their win, would give Walla Walla even more room. Would put them a game and a half up of 3rd place in terms of Corvallis, and really be just half a game back versus Ridgefield. As a foul tip continues the 2-2 count between T and Fry. Pitch on its way is going to be lifted out towards right field. Coming in is Emery Henderson on the long run. Will make the catch for the first down here in the bottom of the 8th. And that being the first time this evening that Trevor T has been retired. And after 5 previous plate appearances, finally has gotten out just once. As it turns back over to Sam Kane. Again, Sam Kane has just had another great night. Haven't seen him a ton on the base pass, but that's just because he's got 2 doubles and scored quickly after and has 2 sac flies. So 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, 4 ribbies on the evening for the All-Star. Again, seeing 9 West Coast League All-Stars between these 2 teams. Sweets having 2 position players, 3 pitchers, and Yakima Valley having 3 position players, 1 pitcher. And who all head on to play in the All-Star matchup just next week, as again, that game being on July 15th up in Victoria, British Columbia. Driving a ferry boat after the Canadian border to make your way into Victoria. Again, the Harbor Cats hosting that matchup in their stadium. And festivities all week long in the All-Star Weekend will give a lot of players some rest. And, of course, the All-Stars a chance to really shine on a big stage as fastball 86 will catch the outside part of the plate. Looked like it just missed. Half a ball outside. The count will even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kane. And who will head up to Victoria this upcoming Wednesday the 15th. And now we'll get set down swinging as Fry picks up his first strikeout of the appearance to go 2 up, 2 down. And it brings up Jackson Went for the second time. Sebastian Fry trying to go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 8th. Try and get as much momentum as you can going into the top of the 9th while trailing by 16. As Jackson Went looking for his first knock in a Swedes uniform. As Fry kicks it up and in towards the hands. And Fry can get it up into the mid to high 8s. 87, 88 on the heater. Can really slow it down with the slider. Is going to be a worm burner out to the shortstop. Picked up well by Mendoza. He goes across to first, and it will be a 1-2-3 inning provided by the Olympic right-hander. And Sebastian Fry sends us on to the top of the 9th. Sweets lead 18-2, 3 outs away from claiming the series opener.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Top of the 9th inning here in Borleske Stadium. Rudy Larson trying to close it out and pick up what would be his longest appearance of the season so far. Again, this being his 3rd appearance of the summer. Has thrown an inning and 2/3 in his debut, then an inning his last time out. Trying to go 2 innings for the first time in a Sweets uniform and trying to shut down towards the bottom of the order as it's 5-6-7. Malachi Emery Henderson. The swing and a miss will even up the count, 1-1. And the Sweets just trying to be the 2nd team in the West Coast League, the 3rd team in the West Coast League to reach 21 wins, as there's currently 5 teams with 20. But with Bellingham losing tonight, Ridgefield just an inning away from falling. Walla Walla, it would just be the 3rd team to reach 21 wins as Emery Henderson fouls it wide of the first baseline. Stays alive in the count, 1-2. Again, Wenatchee at 24 wins. Kelowna at 21. Walla Walla could be the next, chasing down that first place spot of Ridgefield. trying to get as many games as they can and have a big weekend series after the All-Star break. And we'll travel down to Corvallis to take on the Knights. As Walla Walla did take the series earlier in June versus Corvallis, 2-1 right here in Borleske Stadium, but going to Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the home of the Knights. Not going to be an easy environment to try and get a series win, especially with how dangerous Corvallis can be in the second half, usually picking up a lot of their top talent to secure the second half title, move their way through the playoffs and usually deeper into the playoffs in August. But a full count between Emery Henderson and Larson. Rudy back through his motion, kicks, fires, breaking ball, gets the swing and a miss, and picks up his third K of the appearance as registered 4 outs, 3 of which have been by way of the K. So it brings up the designated hitter, and Aviel Ramos.
Designated hitter number 5, Aviel Ramos.
Ramos 0 for 3, a ground out, 2 flyouts to center. Has gotten a decent piece of the baseball in his last 2 times up. Hasn't been able to put it somewhere that escapes Sam Kane, the center fielder. As again, the wind usually kicking in from kind of the southwest, now kind of kicking more in from the southeast and almost directly in from center field, and that's going to make it even harder for these Yakima Valley hitters to try and get something going in the top of the ninth as Larson misses outside. Count goes 3-0 to Ramos. So 3-0 count. Larson kicks, fires a fastball at the knees, and will keep the at-bat going, not giving the Pippins the walk. As Ramos trying to get on any way he can, Larson trying to get through the put away, misses the breaking ball up and in, and Ramos will reach first for the first time today. And the Swedes just looking to limit their use of the pitching staff. As again, Charles Rogers III got through 4, Alex Cohen got through 3, and Larson tasked with getting through 2. As Levi Sotomayor trying to take advantage of the runner aboard. Again, the Pacific Tiger, who just finished up his sophomore year down in California. Stands at 6'10", 210 pounds. This is being the 13th game that Sotomayor has been a part of, batting .250. And it looks like this pitch is going to run in and get Sotomayor, and that'll put 2 runners aboard, a walk and a hit by pitch. Gives a little bit of life to the Yakima Valley offense as the 9-hitter Derek Almeida will step into the batter's box, and Walla Walla just trying to close out this game and the series opener strong, and what a night it's been for the Walla Walla offense. And of course, I've been talking a lot about the offense putting them by 18, but again, the defense just limiting the Pippins to 2 runs so far. And have seen 8 hits out of Yakima Valley in tonight's game. Just haven't been quite able to link a lot of them together. Now breaking ball is going to get lifted out to left field. Gunnar Geil tracking in and to his right will make the catch under the lights for out number 2. So flips the lineup card over to Alexander Mendoza Jr. as the Western Oklahoma State infielder. Try and keep this game moving. 2 outs, 2 runners on. And Rudy Larson looking to end it here. Kicks, fires a breaking ball into the outside corner for a strike 1, and just catches a part of the zone, and being the definition of a painted corner to the outside half. Larson checks back to second, kicks and fires, same pitch. This one misses a little bit more up and away. Larson deals now. The heater misses upstairs. And just trying to locate and close this ball game strong for Walla Walla. And just seen the offense been on an absolute tear. Larson trying to go 2 innings. And for the first time. The 3-1 count, 2 outs, 2 runners aboard. Larson sets, fires, inside corner. Did he catch the zone? Yes, he did, and borderline call on the up and in corner. But Bryce Reeves gives it to him, so the count goes full. Pippins down to their final strike. Here in Borleske, pitch on its way, taken to the low and in corner, and the battle won by Mendoza. Will walk his way on to first, and the base is now loaded. So brings up Trey Godoy, the UCLA outfielder, for the 3rd time as he's rolled over to second and struck out. Was the very first batter that Larson faced, who Rudy picked up his first strikeout of the appearance, and now starts him off with a breaking ball placed well. The outside corner again, just absolutely painting it. Now gets a big swing and a miss out of Godoy, and up 0-2 in the count. Walla Walla, 1 strike away. Pitch on its way is going to be popped foul and missing outside, and base is loaded for Yakima Valley. Just looking to hang on to any bit of momentum they can get going. Larson kicks and deals inside. Did they get the back foot? And we're going to see the appeal out of Buckley saying that Godoy did not go, and the hit by pitch will bring in a run. So a walk and 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches in the inning. An RBI hit by pitch is one of the more rare outcomes to an at-bat you will see, but it does happen, as we just see here. So Ramos able to come in and score for the 3rd run. Sotomayor stands off of 3rd. Mendoza Jr. off of 2nd. Godoy off of 1st. As the all-star Nick Velasquez, 2 for 4 with a pair of infield singles. Swings away, and that will even at 1-1. Now sent out towards center field. Sam Kane reeling back into his right, moving over towards the gap with the wind, secures the catch for the final out, and Walla Walla with a 15-run victory, 8-3, biggest win of the season for Walla Walla, claiming the series opener with a vengeance. Fell in the season opening series all the way back in May to Yakima Valley. Now open up the 2nd series versus the Pippins with a bang. 2nd highest scoring game of the season for Walla Walla. 19 runs was their best. Now hit 18 runs in the victory. And what an offensive showing it was. Saw the defense working well, the pitching staff going strong. Charles Rogers III with a shut out 4 innings, allowing 2 hits, having 5 strikeouts. Alex Cohen had 3 good innings, and Rudy Larson throwing the first 2-inning appearance of his career as a Sweet to close things out. And of course, offensively, Walla Walla just could not be stopped all night long. Trevor T going 4 for 5, getting on base 5 times, scoring 5 times, 3 singles, a triple, and a walk. What a night for him. Sam Kane had 4 ribbies, 2 doubles. Saw Peyton Knowles have an RBI single. Saw so many guys have RBI knocks. Royce Hale ended up going 2 for 4 with a single, a double, 2 ribbies. Saw Ethan Buckley have a pair of hits. Saw Ronan Schofield get on a couple times. Kyler Bittner had a pair of hits. And of course, Bo Stinson coming in off the bench had a 2-homer night with 4 ribbies total. What a night for Bo Stinson. Had 2 homers all of last spring. Came into the night with 2 extra base hits total. Now rips 2 over the left field fence to help give Walla Walla the win to open up the series versus the Pippins. And a statement victory for the Swedes versus their rivals in the Pippins. But this just being game 1 of the series. Game 2 we'll be back tomorrow, another 6:35 first pitch here in Borleske Stadium. Make sure to make your way to the ballpark concession coupon giveaway as the gates will open at 5:38 p.m. here in Borleske Stadium. And Walla Walla looking to clinch the series tomorrow night with another big victory, but won't want to miss it again. 6:35 first pitch right back here in Borleske. Thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Sweets YouTube channel. I've been Brad Whitman. One more time, your final score, Sweets 18.